Hi, today I want to talk to you about teachable moments. And certainly we have these in the dojo, in our martial arts academy. Our sensei are trained not only to deliver the canned mat chats around our character and life skill lessons and black belt superpowers, but also to observe for opportunities to actually communicate to the child, to the student, or even to the adult student in a way that is positive and constructive when something happens that warrants the discussion. The reason I want to share this with you here today, though, is because this is a critically important skill for us as parents and leaders in our family as well. And what I want to do about these teachable moments, because, one thing about a teachable moment is that it's a moment. So in the teachable moment, we want to relatively soon after the teachable moment, on the floor, honestly, it can be almost immediately. Some real life things may need a little time. And here's what I mean. I want to give you 3 pieces of advice to ensure that our teachable moments are positive and constructive experiences in the lives of the people that we lead. And once again, this is for a parent talking to a child or a leader speaking to an employee. The same rules apply. And the first one is to be calm in the evaluation and the communication. This is where I alluded to the fact that you may need to take a little time, because if your initial gut instinct is to explode, that's almost certainly not the right answer. As I go through the 3 steps, you'll see that more clearly if you don't already know. So the first is, in our evaluation of the situation, to take time, make space, and think clearly through what we're going to say to ensure that the teachable moment is remembered as wisdom by the person we're teaching, and to ensure that we're actually teaching something that is going to move them in a positive direction for the rest of their lives. Which leads me to number 2, which is to play the long game. The simplest response is always the one that happens quickly and probably is a little explosive and solves the immediate problem. But especially when we're talking to our children, and also when we're training our teams, what effect is this teachable moment, this constructive criticism, this critique, going to have on the long game in that person's life, in the business, in the family? And the third one is to make sure that our teaching is adding, not subtracting. You can see that all these are different angles of really the same advice. It's, when the thing happens that requires a teachable moment. Because if I'd add a bonus, it's that not everything does. But when something important occurs, you take the time to evaluate and actually plan our response in the same way that we would plan an operation, or plan a family vacation, or plan our response, because we know that new team members and certainly younger children, what we say and do has a lasting effect. So we want to play the long game. We want to think, okay, I want to teach them this, but how do I make sure I do this in a way that is constructive and not destructive, which of course was the third thing, adding, not subtracting. I hope this helps. I challenge you to think about it. Take some time thinking about this. See if you agree or disagree. And then most importantly, when you answer all of that, put it to action in your next teachable moment. I'm Grandmaster Stephen Ducksteele of KMMA, a Black Belt Leadership Academy that also happens to teach the most practical self-defense. And I hope to see you again soon.